Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FM22. It's Youth Factory, episode 27. Our relegation battle continues with really our last two quality chances at getting a result. This one, technically the easiest, as we play Usain, who sit 13th on just 15 points, but they're only 3 points behind us, and we're on the road. We desperately need to get a result in this one to have a shot. Otherwise, we open the door wide open for them to overtake us and move ahead in the standings. And then there's no easy games after this one. We have one more home game, one more winnable home game against the 8th place team in our next match. If we can't get at least 4 points from these next two matches, I think we're going to be in serious trouble of going right back down to the 4th tier where we came from. Because even though we still have nearly half a season to play, there is nothing easy ahead of us as Lavos gets a beautiful chance and really needed to do more. Couldn't. Corner kick. And then a terrible one from Al there gives it away. Now, we have one glaring hole in our first 11 for this one that we're going to have to overcome. And it's going to be difficult to overcome. They have an Ostby in their side playing forward. Different spelling. Our Ostby is absent today. And it is due to the really bad call that screwed us in the last match. The penalty and subsequent yellow card given to Ostby that led us to lose 2 points. Which, by the way, we've now scored 8 in our last 4, which is a good little stretch. And if we get 4 more points in these next two, a win and a draw, continuing that same rate, that might be nearly enough, just about enough, might do it. For one thing, it would be 12 from 6, and that would be a pretty good stretch as Bergam, back from his rest, gets the goal, his 15th of the season on the corner kick. Al, much better free kick this time going far post. Bergam rises high above 3 defenders in the area, puts that one in the back of the net. That was huge. Can we keep it up? We've been in winning positions in these last few, only to have penalties be crazy decisive. That shot was blocked. That took a deflection on its way out. Lavos heads away. Okay, anyway, if we could get 4 from these two matches here, 6 obviously would be ideal, but if we get 4, I think that might just about do it for us. Not losing against any bottom feeders is going to be huge. It doesn't give any of them ground. It gives us a bit of an edge. We've opened a small edge, and that 4 more points would definitely extend that gap over the relegation sides. But down the stretch, I don't know too many places that we're going to be able to grab points from those last 7 matches. We talked about that pretty extensively last time as we hit the halfway point here in this one, but ultimately those last 7, I don't know if we're going to grab more than 2, 3, 4 points in those 7 matches. And that's why it's so important we get something here in particular. We cannot lose today. Second half underway. Without Ostby, it's Pena who got that start. We're doing okay in the midfield, but both central midfielders sitting on that 6.7. Fortunately, they're getting a little bit of support from Fawoli. Al, of course, his rating where it is because of his corner kick that led to the goal, his assist there. That one pushed off the bar by Sabani, making a big stop, though I feel like he probably should have done more with that. He probably should have just saved it and hung onto it. But he pushes it off the bar at the least, and we got it cleared away. 1 hour gone by, both teams with 8 shots. XG is definitely to our advantage, but this is a dangerous free kick, and that's out for a goal kick. Dangerous free kick at this end. Jakobsen gets on the end, sets up Lavos. We reset Severetti. 2 chances, 3 chances. Oh, wow. Oh, that goal would have been huge, but it does not happen. Their defense comes up massive. Keeper, I think he blocked one of those, palmed one of those away, but other than that, that was the defense making the big stops. 10 minutes to go, another big chance there, aims for the high corner and cannot get it on target, and we luck out. Now, with just 12 minutes to play, a few things need to happen. We need to start making use of our substitutions. We need to change our tactics. We need to see this thing out for the end. Let's go ahead and Lavas is having a bad day. Let's bring on some extra support in Teuton. And then we are going to have him go. Let's go into the tactics now. Let Bergam play solo on top. Deep line forward, that's fine. He can come back. We're not really looking to attack. Teuton, what is your best role? Let's see. Box to box. Ball winning. Ball winning on defend. I like that idea. That makes 2 ball winning. Let's switch him and Calzi. Whew, okay. There's a start. We'll start with just one substitution. Once we know that's happened, we'll get into our next. Let's also get off of positive. Let's go cautious as a first step. Al gets a chance there. Still can't seal the deal. Teuton has already been subbed. Let's go ahead and pause again. Pause. Instructions. Already time wasting. Go big time into the time wasting. Let's get the pressing on this guy. Let's figure out our second sub to make. Who could it be? Norheim Cham is not having a great day and is tired. Let's get on some fresh legs. And maybe Langvand and have him play wingback. Get more defensive in the position. There you go. And let's have you focus on defense. Substitution complete. 2 seconds to go. 2 seconds to go. It's a little late for a third one, but let's go ahead and bring on Astencio if we can. Confirm changes. Play. Is it enough? Is it enough? Well, they went back deep. Last chance. Cleared. That should do it. Final whistle. Awaiting. Awaiting the final whistle. Still not there yet. Free kick. Offside. That should do it. That should do it. And there it is, the final whistle. We come away with a massive, massive 3 points. If we had lost, they would have been equal on points. But because of a win, we are now 6 points clear of Asen. And that is massive, massive with the remainder of the season to come. Now, there's plenty of time to go out and score 6 points. But where to get those points from? It is so hard pressed. And that is why this game was so huge for us. A massive, massive 3 points on the day. Feeling a little better after that one. Our next opponent is Brand 2. They just drew at Arendelle in a goalless fixture. So that means we now have a 5-point gap over the relegation zone, plus goal differential, plus 1 game in hand. We have 8 left to play on the season. 1 more winnable, but not so winnable. Brand's going to be tough. We would actually be equal with them on points, though behind on goal differential if we were able to win another one. We've gotten 3 so far. I was hoping for 4 to 6. We still need to not lose this next one because, I don't know how many more opportunities we're going to have to win a game the rest of the season. Let's see what we do with Brand. We're at home at least. Finishing with 9 men and still somehow getting a consolation goal after going down to 9 and playing with 10 from the 16th minute. Ranheim 2. They still ended up losing. It was 4-2. But that and many games I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Essentially, there's 4 teams behind us. We need to keep 3 of them behind us down the stretch. So their results are going to matter just as much as ours are. The -3 goal differential really helps. We have 5 wins, 6 draws, 7 losses on the season, meaning it's fairly balanced in terms of what those results look like. But again, behind us, we got to watch out. We've had 3 wins and 2 draws in the last 5, and that is huge. But I just don't know how much more we can do. Them losing helps. Speaking of, here is what is left. Brand 2, 7th place, but we're at home. We have a chance. That's the last one of our, I said stretch of 6. But they've been playing well, and they've moved up from about 9th place now to 7th over those last few games. And then we have Odd 2 away, and they're 6th place. Mold, 2nd place at home. Stabæk, 4th place on the road. Lillestrøm, the league leaders, at home. Haugesund, 5th place on the road. And then Kongsvinger, this is one of the only ones down the stretch. If we're really desperate late in the season, my oh my, are we going to need 3 points in this one? Kongsvinger 2, 9th place at home. They have slipped. They were the team that was about 7th. They've kind of swapped places with Braun in the standings. And that's late in the season. Could be a massive game for us, in which case we might need some points, because who do we have in the final match? Yeah, Lillestrøm. Again, the league leaders twice, and every single team the rest of the way are top 9. None of them are relegation favorites. Okay, we've got our hands full the rest of the way, but we've gotten a fair bit of points. We've gotten 11 points from the last 5 matches when we desperately needed it, and if not for a couple of penalties, we would have won all 5 matches. Penalties really hurt us down this stretch. Now, sometimes the game gives you feedback on controversial or correct call. I haven't gotten feedback on any of those recent penalties, so I honestly cannot say whether they were accurate or not. But I could honestly tell you that based on how poor our team is physically, how much slower we are, how much weaker we are, how much less of a jumping reach and stamina, all of those types of attributes, doesn't surprise me that penalties are up this season. We're playing better teams that are similarly gifted in the technical department to us, but are just way better physically. That we are battling harder. We're fighting harder to keep up, to not get beat in whatever various physical categories there are out there. And naturally, more penalties are being called as a result. It could be deserved. It absolutely could be deserved. And, I just want to be very forthright about that. Was it deserved? I don't know. I do not know whether those calls were correct or not. I don't have enough evidence. This game doesn't give you enough evidence most of the time. And on these occasions, it definitely didn't. But anyway, let's start pushing forward a little bit. Let's see if we can't get some points. We're going to start to expect to lose quite a few of these. We have home matches. A win or 2 would be huge the rest of the way. Any win the rest of the way is going to be a huge result. But looking at our 21 points from 18 played, and we finished the season playing 26 matches, I feel like if we have more than 1 point per match, it should be enough to survive. So that means we need 5 points or more the rest of the way. I do not feel that wholesale changes are good at this stage. But tactically, I think if we just change the mentality from positive to cautious, trying to keep players behind the ball a little bit more so we don't get hit on the counterattack, could make that much difference in grabbing individual points, at least getting draws, as opposed to some losses going forward. Let's see if that helps. At the moment, 7 players in need of a rest. That's painful. Let's hope that number diminishes as we approach that next game, but I have a feeling some squad rotation is going to be necessary, and that's going to make life, really tough. 2 changes to the side that see Al and Gillo resting this game. So Astencio and Ervik, and let's see if they can step up to the challenge, and if we can step up to the challenge, because like I said, there's no easy matches from here. Everything is top 8, top 9 the rest of the season. With 8 to play, we need points. We need points oh so bad, and nothing easy the rest of the way. Let's see what we can do. Back to positive for this one. As we are playing at home, we've got to try to go for it, right? Over the top, Lovas already getting a chance. Terrible layoff selection right there. Flash that across goal to Bergam, and that's your best chance, and he does not, and he ends up giving it away. Ostby back from his yellow card accumulation. Astencio offside. Just a little bit too early. Was a couple steps off. 13 minutes already played. Neither side with a goal, shot that counts. Jakobsen inside. Fawoli. Fawoli needs a rest, but it's so hard to take him out. Lavas. Bergam. Ostby. Lavas. Norheim on the overlap. To the corner. Lays it off for Ostby. Ostby crosses. Astencio hits the underside of the bar. Offside again. All right, we definitely have a slight edge in this match at the moment, but it's slight. And speaking of slight, they very nearly score, and that edge is gone just like that in a flash. Norheim on a yellow card already here. Accumulated somewhere in the last couple of minutes. Dangerous position there. Big save from Sabani. Up on Osane. Osane playing at the moment as well. We got to keep an eye on that result. As much as we need a result, we need them not to get a result, to stay down, stay in that relegation zone. Dangerous play here. This game has changed a little bit in the last 10 minutes, and they've got the momentum right now. Hag. Dangerous play, gets the cross in and scores. It's 1-0. Ostby has picked up a yellow as well. Went from one shot each to all of a sudden they jumped from 1 to 5 in just a few minute period. It's settled down again since then. Astencio super tired and playing terrible. Means Al will get in. Ostby on his yellow goes close. That's blocked. Stays 1-0. Ouch, that was our only XG since the one shot attempt early on. Second half underway. Team performing really poor and down a goal. What can they do in the second half? Bergam, after the turnover, lays it off. Astencio lays it off for Lavas. Big slide tackle from the defense, and then they clear it. We are looking much better to start the second half. Osane scores. Can we do the same? Can we match? Ostby out to Astencio. Astencio now on a yellow as well. His cross to Lavas. Cleared out. Astencio's having a... Well, it's gotten better. Actually, it's gotten a little bit better. Calzi is really struggling. Maybe that's one we need to change. Pena coming on. Fawoli, Norheim. Oh, can't get his body around on it. It was a little bit too open. Bergam finds Norheim. Great run there. Lavas under the very, very bottom tip of the bar, and it somehow comes out. So unlucky. Over an hour gone by. Now we're definitely thinking about just a point. Just over 20 minutes to play. Astencio with the turn. Draws the foul. He's on a yellow. Is this going to be a second? It is. It is. He is sent off. Okay, no changes allowed to be made just yet. Because they still haven't made the changes for Al coming on. Norheim lays it. Oh, Lavas inside, and he goes the wrong direction with it. Where are we going with it? Astencio gets the goal before he's subbed. His first of the season. 72nd minute, and we are level. We got yellow cards all over the place, but they are the ones sitting on red. Astencio peels off his man, hits the woodwork, and finally it goes in. We want to go attacking. We want to continue on for 3 points here because suddenly we've gone from 1 chance to 10. Norheim Cham goes close. Who can we sub? Fawoli needs to be subbed off. I'm not as worried about the defensive situation anymore. Let's bring on Mustafa Al-Salib. And we are going to change our tactics here late. Asain have gone ahead. Pause. Here's what we're going to do. Al-Salah is coming on. He's going to go into a more attacking position, and we're going to get more attacking. 84th minute. It's been all us now. They have definitely gone defensive. 1 point, though. 1 point on the way, but can we make it 3? Bergam! Off the woodwork again. 1 minute to play. Asali gives that one away, but we recover the ball. Jakobsen finds Bergam. I don't know why he's so deep right now. Al over the top. Give it away. Recovered the ball, though. Severede. Still in possession. 8 seconds. Osby over the top for Lavas. Can't quite get there. And that's it. 1 point, though. A very important 1 point. But Asain somehow gets 3 from a losing position. They did nothing after their goal. It was all us in the second half. And looking at the XG, looking at the performance, we deserved to get more than we got. So unlucky. The woodwork, 4 times? 5 times? And then one of those slipped in. But it came out so many times when it looked like it was clearly going in. So crazy unlucky on the day. Their keeper didn't beat us, but the woodwork did. Floro lost, so that's big. They stay on 11 points. But Aussie gets 3. 2 second half goals after being down 1 early. Ouch. For us, that's an ouch. But we do get a point. We do salvage a draw. It could have been worse. Could have been better. Now we sit on 22. We're a little closer to our goal. Kongsvinger have 22, and they've played 22. So that's one to keep an eye out for. At the moment, we're up to 9th. But Asain out of the relegation zone for now, ahead of Renheim. Same points, 4-point edge over them. Oh my goodness. This is tight. We have not seen a battle like this for a long time. I have not seen a relegation battle in a long time. How will we do? Big ouch as Arendelle get 3 second half goals against the second place team Mold to win 3-1. So they pick up 3 points. Ranheim meanwhile playing with 10 men still managed to score a point. So now that bar is just raising. Ranheim 19, Arendelle 19, Asain 18 points. 3 of the 4 teams that we are fighting from the drop are all scoring the kind of points necessary right now to help themselves out. And we're only 3 points clear of the drop right now. One of the only advantages we have is more games to play than most of the teams around us, but only by 1 or 3 in the case of Kongsvinger. But I don't know, they just feel like they're a team that aren't necessarily in the battle for the drop. Maybe they are. Maybe we've still got a chance against them. Their 3 more games played are all losses compared to what we have. Our next match, which was on the road at Odd, who sits 6th in the league, Not bad. Not bad performance. It was 0-0. We only had 0.4 XG. They had 1.15, but they didn't score, and we managed to hold on. One downside is nobody got a rest, is the AI picked the same first 11 that I always pick. I mean, at least we're on the same page, I guess, but there's definitely some fatigue right now. But we only have one more match, and then we've got a little bit of a break for some players to recover, and then hopefully that would be enough to get these guys back into a good state. But we were beat pretty handily, but we come away with a point, and that's big. So even though it's only 5 points too odd in 6th place, I'm definitely looking backwards. Again, we just went through our easier stretch. We now have our hard stretch. We have 6 to play. My eyes are definitely on the back of my head right now, looking at the teams behind us and not the other way around. We're only 1 point above the bubble at the moment. We're only 5 goals ahead of the bubble at the moment. Ranheim, only 4 points back in the relegation zone. So there's plenty to worry about. That one good thing, is that, well, no, not even anymore. Those two teams still sitting on 19 played, and now we're sitting on 20. I guess the good thing is that Arendelle and Kongsvinger have played 1 and 2 more matches, respectively, than we have. And that's one of the only positive takeaways at the moment, other than, that we're not in the relegation. We're on the outside. We're just not far on the outside. All right, I know we are talking so much about that relegation zone at the moment, but of course it is the dilemma that we face. Next episode, we will wrap up this season. We're not going to be playing as many games the rest of the way. There's going to be more simulations and just hoping we can get some sort of results along the way. So far, 2 straight draws in these last 2 difficult matches is a start, because we were talking about 4 points might be enough to do it. Well, now it was 5, right? 5 points being enough to do it. We've picked up 2 of those already. 3 more to go. One win could be enough in these last 6. That seems fairly doable. By the way, we have not lost in our last 7 now. That's a little bit of a streak going. Not a lot of wins in there. 3 wins, 4 draws, but at least we're not losing. But how long can we keep that going? Be nice if we can keep it going a little bit longer. Next up is Mold. Mold have slipped lately. They've not performed very well in their last couple of games, which means they're probably looking to bounce back. But maybe, just maybe we can keep something going. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.